Alright, this is Camellia Mobile Home Park, Atwater, California. This is the office here. This mobile home park, I was at church. I got a call from a lady that said she had a friend and he was going to he was going to lose his mobile home park back to the lender, or give it back to the lender is what he was going to do. He was tired of messing with it. And I called the guy and talked to him. I was able to bring somebody in. I talked to his lender. Lender didn't want the property back. He used to run it, and he had sold it and carried a note on it. I'd actually talked to the guy that owns the mobile home park about selling it for him as a broker, but he wanted more than what I thought it was worth, and I didn't do it. He hired another person that told him what he wanted to hear. It ended up selling for the amount I told him it would, and he had to carry a note because he couldn't get a loan because he was doing all the work himself, and it was a lot of old homes. So as you can see these new homes, this is what you have to do. You don't have to, but if you do this, you can make money in a mobile home park.
Are they? So they're brand new homes.
Yeah, yeah.
How many spots is this mobile home park?
42, I think it is. But see, all the homes aren't new. They have older homes here. We had these buildings here. You have these see those old Iron Dragons right yonder? Those are RVs. I brought those in when I took this park. This one here, because you rent them out.
And you're managing it now, right?
No, I'm not. No. I took the lender. I got him to reduce his loan from like $800,000 to $400,000 because he didn't want it back. And I got somebody able to come in here and buy this thing from the guy that owned it and thought he was going to lose it back to the lender. I got him a little money, $100,000 or so. He was happy. And then we come in here and we started fixing things. This building over here, we had to fix that thing. It was just tore up, all you can see. All these homes were all terrible. And we came in and put in some stuff and started doing some things. And anyway, a fella come in here and bought it, has it right now, and he's doing exactly the plan that I was doing, putting in stuff. Look at this old home right here. Now he got that free somewhere. He'll come in here and completely remodel that thing. It'll look new. He'll put it in here. It cost him about $10,000. He'll have a place he can rent out for $700, $800 a month. So, anyways. Yeah, this is Jenny's Mobile Home Manor, Atwater, California. I got in touch with a man in Sacramento. I'd heard that they were having some issues here. And he said, yes, HCD, Housing Community Development, was on him really heavy and had all kind of citations here. So I called the inspector from HCD. I happen to know him. Told him we were interested in buying it, but I heard they were going to pull the permit to operate. He said he'd hold off on it a little while if I were going to buy it and give us a chance to fix it up, because they didn't want us to pull the permit to operate. So we came in and bought it and got rid of that manager that was just doing things like told the inspector that if he came in here and messed with him anymore, he was just going to whoop his ass. And while sometimes you might feel like that with an inspector, this inspector happened to be a pretty good fella, and he shouldn't have told him that. You can't tell you that to him if you feel that way. So we came in here and bought this thing. We had to evict a whole bunch of people. We had an old swimming pool up here that hadn't been in water in it in probably 10 years, cracked all up. We just made it a rose garden. And we came in and we got rid of these people that wouldn't listen to us. We took down, they had all kind of lean-tos on the mobile homes, illegal lean-tos. And they were just horrible. And it's still, you can see it's not a brand new nice park. But we bought this park, and I know you have that thing. I think we paid like 2.4. We put a couple $100,000 into it. So we had a 2.6 and we sold it for 3.6 the next year. And it was back when parks were a little cheaper, though. It's not been recent. I just wanted to show you an example of what you can do with an older park. This is, I don't remember how big this one is, but if you look on that sheet, it'll tell you it's 100 spaces or more. And if you bought this park today, you'd be spending a minimum of $5 million. Guarantee you, because It's a big park. And even though it's got older homes and everything, their yards are pretty good. Don't see a lot of gangbanger people hanging out in the street. It had a bunch of gangbangers when we bought it. Matter of fact, right after we bought it, one guy shot another one in here. Then they had a stabbing in here. It was a pretty rough place. But we had it calmed down and running pretty good. And about a year later, somebody come in and bought it from us. A man from Taiwan came in and bought it from us. And he still owns it, I believe. I don't run this park. It's not one that I manage. I did manage it when we bought it, but the guy that owned it already was in the business, and got to be a friend of mine. I actually bought a park from him over in Oakdale, California, from him and his mom when his mom passed away. But anyways, this is Atwater, California. Okay, this is the 4N Mobile Home Village, Oakdale, California. Years and years ago, there was an older couple that owned this. I called them up and I made an offer on the mobile home park for, and I don't remember, it's been a long time, I'm going to say $800,000 or so, because it had septic problems and I knew it. And their own well and septic. And I came in and made them an offer, and they accepted it subject to their attorney. So they sent it to their attorney. He said, oh no, don't take this. He advised them not to take the offer. So of course they turned it down. Years later, they sold it for less than I had offered them because they had septic problems. And that person then actually sold it, put it on the market here with a real estate broker. And I came over here to look at this for a client. And the real estate broker failed to show up to meet me. Something happened. They didn't even call. I had to call them. So anyways, it was a mess. And this person bought this mobile home park. Not my client. I told them all the stuff that was wrong with it. They didn't have it on the listing. I don't know if they knew. So I knew because I called the man that did the septic work here. I knew him, and he told me the real story, and I knew the manager here because I live in Oakdale. So I talked to them. They actually did some work. Her husband did a little construction work for me. And I found out that even though they had put in this system right here that you see straight ahead, that's the septic system they put in. The problem is about 4 lots that are not hooked up to this septic system because it didn't have room. And they have problems with those 4 lots, and we don't know if the guy that put the septic in said he don't think it can be fixed because there's nowhere to leach it out. So they're probably going to lose those 4 lots. I mean, they still got a pretty good deal for what it is, but you just got to be very careful. You got to talk to the person that actually put in redid the septic. You can't listen to the listing because the real estate agent, unless he's in the business, he's going to just put down what the seller tells them. And if the seller don't know, maybe they didn't know, they didn't understand what's going on, you're better off to just talk to the man that put the system in and have somebody come in and inspect this to make sure that you don't have 4 lots here that's not got the septic don't work on them good. So it's going to happen. They're going to lose. According to the guy I talked to, 3 to 4 lots are going to lose in this deal to be able to make everything work correctly. So anyways, this is it. It's pretty ugly. Pretty trashy. People that own this live over in the Bay Area. I've been trying to buy this park for about 15 years. They laugh at me because they don't want to sell it. I don't blame them. I wouldn't sell it either. I don't know how many lots it is. Haven't got that far into it. I know it's a whole bunch of them. Let's see. Here's the sign. What does it say? Lots. How many lots? What's the highest number there? 65? 73. See that 73 down there?
Yeah.
Looks like it's 73 lots plus the storage plus the office there.
It's very nice looking. Very nice.
Yeah, it's a nice park. They do very well. Have a really good on-site manager here. The reason it does good is because they have an on-site manager here. I have one of the people that lives here as a electrician that works for me, and then another person that lives here is my son-in-law's uncle. I know this park pretty well. Matter of fact, I sold him as a broker the home, the mobile. I don't usually do mobile homes or houses, but I helped Walter out, and I came in as a broker and bought the mobile home so I could get the fee, and then I gave him a good buyer's gift and I took the fee and helped him fix up the home because he's family, you know what I mean?
Are these park-owned homes or a combination?
No, the only time it's a park-owned home is if the park buys it from somebody, like maybe somebody passes away and the park will come in and buy the home, but they turn around and resell it. Okay.
Okay, so this is just lot rent. Lot rent. Yeah.
It's a well and a septic, and see this field back here behind them?
Yeah.
That's the field right there. They called me years ago. That's how I got to know them, because I had this place back here for sale behind them. It's about 50 acres back here with a big old house on it that was owned by a cowboy that was a rodeo champion, and he was a movie star, and I can't remember his name, but he had this big house back here, and I had it for sale and that's been a long time ago, $1 million house with a bunch of money, and I had it for sale for like $2 million.
Now,
Years ago.
how much would this thing be worth today?
Oh my goodness, I don't know. More than I would pay, I can tell you that. Because I'm a lowballer, and I can tell you that I know these folks, and I know they make a ton of money. I'm going to guess that they got, how many lots is it?
Like 60 something, 65?
No, it's 70,
All right,
73.
70 something. All right.
I remember that, 73. Well, what's 73 times 500? 35,000 a month. I'll just give you I was going to give a real quick what it would be.
All right. 73 times 500.
Yeah.
36 times 12.
Right.
440.
Okay, everybody here pays their own utilities. They have a well and a septic, so you don't have to worry about paying city water and sewer. Their expenses are very low because they don't own anything other than, they got to keep up the streets and everything. Their expenses are going to be a maximum of 30%. I know that.
All right. So
This is the home where right here.
So the bottom line is like 300.
See that house right there?
Yeah.
That's the one that my my son-in-law's uncle bought right there.
All right. So 300. You would use a 6 cap.
6 cap.
So about 5.1 million.
Yeah, you ain't gonna get this for 5.1. Not from them folks. You might get it at 6 million. Lucky.
That would be like 70,000 a pad.
Well, that's what they sell for in California.
Wow.
A lot of times they sell for that. It's according to the park and how clean. You see how clean this park is? That makes it sell for more. You get people that'll buy something at a 4.5, 5 cap in California. If it's clean and nice, they don't have to do anything. It's different than it is in the other parts of the country. That's why most of the people that I deal with are buying in my clients are buying in other states, and they buy it because I'm a consultant. They can hire me to do the due diligence, and then come in and run the park for them as their consultant. And part of that is the property management part, and we'll turn around and make it into a nice park, and they'll have one that they have $2 million into instead of $6 million into. And they'll make more money out of their $2 million than they would the $6 million because they'll own a lot of the homes and they'll get more rent.
So I hope you enjoyed this video, my trip to mobile home parks in California, getting to know Robert and Andy and how they work. If you want to contact them, their information is in the description below. So that's it. Thanks for watching and have a good one.